would ask you some questions. He or she still has the right to determine whether or not you are going back. While I was applying, I indicated that I was going to be landing in Calgary. I was going to Calgary, but I just landed in Toronto. So she was like, oh, what happened? So I told her that
can you focus on me? Baby, can you focus?
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Choma if you're new here. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the questions that I was asked at the port of entry when I arrived Canada. I'll also be talking about possible questions to prepare for as a PR, international student, work permit holder, or visitor. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely keep on watching. The thing about coming to Canada is that it doesn't end, your prayers doesn't end after you've gotten your visa. I mean, I've heard stories of people who got their visas, then got to the airport and were denied entrance into the country. Okay, so it doesn't stop there. Your fate is still ultimately determined by the I think they call them immigration officer or like the border officer, the person that would ask you some questions. He or she still has the right to determine whether or not you are going back. So you need to be as prepared as possible. You have to get documents ready because you do not want, when they ask you for a document, you start looking into your bag and be like, oh no, you don't want to do that. Okay, and you have to speak confidently. You have to act and speak confidently. It's actually nerve-wracking, being at that position in a new country, having your fate being decided by a stranger. It can actually be scary, it can actually be anxiety inducing, but you have to pull yourself together. You are legit, like you have nothing to be worried about, but you still have to act confidently and answer your questions confidently. So starting with the questions that they asked me, the lady was super kind and so sweet, bless her. She asked me what country I was coming from. I told her, and then she asked for my COPR, that's the confirmation of permanent residence. Like I told you guys in my previous video, you get two, so you give them one and then you keep one. So I gave her one, and then she asked if I was under sponsorship, if I got my PR under sponsorship. I said no. So she asked me how much I was holding with me in cash. So I told her. She went through my COPR and saw that I had previously, while I was applying, I indicated that I was going to be landing in Calgary. I was going to Calgary, but I just landed in Toronto. So she was like, oh, what happened? So I told her that I changed my mind, and she asked why. I said that I changed my mind because after doing my research, I realized that I was going to have better job opportunities in Ontario, and the climate here is also better from what I heard. So that's why I decided to make the switch. And she said okay. Also asked if I have an address. I said yes, and because I already had my address ready on my phone, I told her my address. She wrote it down, asked me to go and take a seat. So I went to the sitting area and I sat down, and after 5 minutes she called my name. I came back to her and she was like, congratulations on becoming a permanent resident of Canada. And I was just there blushing, saying thank you. And she said my PR card would be ready in 4 to 6 weeks or 6 to 8 weeks, that it's going to be sent to this address that I have provided, but that if I move out of this address, that I should contact IRCC, and that she would advise me to not leave the country before I get my PR card, but if I decide to leave the country, that I should also contact IRCC, because the visa that I have, she showed me, it has been cancelled. Like, it's a single entry visa, so I can't get into Canada again with this visa. So I would need to contact IRCC. And I was like, okay, thank you very much. She said, okay, thank you, have a nice day. And then I left. Okay, so that's about the questions that she asked me. And honestly, she didn't ask much. So I've done my research and I've compiled some questions that you should be ready for, and I was also ready for these questions. in case I was asked. I have them written down here. First of all, as a PR, the documents to have ready: number one, your international passport. That's a no-brainer. Your COPR should be handy. It should be in your hand luggage, like, you know, your carry-on bag. Yes, that's where this document should be. Mine was in my carry-on bag, in a file, a dedicated file in my carry-on bag, so it was so accessible. And the next thing to have in handy is your proof of fund. Possible questions to expect as a PR: where are you coming from? So you would answer from Nigeria or from Sri Lanka, or like wherever you're coming from. Then the next one is, do you have your COPR or your passport? And you say, yeah, here you go. You give them your COPR and your passport. Where will you be living in Canada? You tell them your address. Do you have goods to follow list? Do you have a goods to follow list? If you do, you would give them. Then they will also ask you, are you carrying more than 10,000 Canadian dollars? You can say no, or you can say yes. So this is an amount that, if you have this kind of cash on you while entering Canada, you have to declare them. So, but if you have less than that, you don't have to declare them. So that's why they are asking. It's very important to keep your answers simple, clear, short, and answer confidently, like I said. Then moving on to international students, the documents to have in handy, of course, your passport that contains your visa. You also have to have your port of entry letter of introduction, your letter of acceptance from your school. You should also have proof of tuition payment or enrollment confirmation, proof of fund, bank statements, sponsor letter, whatever it is that you're using as proof of fund. You should also have that handy. Your housing information, that's your lease, your residence confirmation, or host address. Common questions that they are going to ask you as an international student include, what is the purpose of your trip to Canada? Then of course you should say, I'm coming to study. They can also ask, what school are you attending? And then of course you tell them the name of your school. Do you have your study permit approval letter? You answer that. Have you paid your tuition? You answer that. Where will you be staying? And are you carrying more than 10,000 Canadian dollars with you? Then you answer that. And for work permit holders, the documents that you should have in hand include your passport, of course, your work permit approval letter, job offer letter, or your contract letter. You should also have your LMIA or proof of LMIA exemption, proof of your qualifications, your degrees, licenses, your certificates. You should have your housing information and your proof of fund if applicable. Common questions to expect are, what is the purpose of your trip to Canada? Then you say, I am coming to work for you. Insert the name of your employer. They might ask, do you have your work permit approval letter and passport? Then you give them that. What position will you hold? And where is it located? Do you have a job offer letter or a contract letter? Do you have your qualifications and work experience documents? Are you carrying more than 10,000 Canadian dollars with you? So for visitors, that includes tourists, business visitors, family visitors, whichever one you are. Documents to have in hand, to have ready, includes passport and visitor visa, return or onward tickets, proof of sufficient funds, accommodation details, any invitation letter for people visiting family or for. The common questions to expect include, number one, what is the purpose of your visit to Canada? Then you would say, I am visiting for tourism or to see family or for business. How long will you stay? Give them the exact duration of your stay. Where will you be staying? You would give them the address of your host or your hotel or your Airbnb. They might ask, do you have a return or onward ticket? Do you have sufficient funds for your stay? And you show them your bank statements or your proof of fund. Do you have ties to your home country? Then you should answer, stating that you have a job, you have family, and you have like things to do and to return to in your home country. Also going to ask, are you carrying more than 10,000 Canadian dollars with you? And then you say either yes or no. So that concludes the video, guys. Make sure that you keep your answers short, simple, and answer confidently. And no one will doubt you. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel for more videos like this, and also to keep seeing my pretty face. And I'm going to see you in my next video, guys. Bye.